Hi, I'm Natalie Lucier, and you're watching Off the Charts, where we help you reimagine what's possible for your business. And today we're here at the space of the Daring Business Cultivator, and I am so excited to be sharing this with you because I'm about to introduce you to a lovely woman and friend of mine, Laura Haynes Franklin, and she's here basically working with the people in the Daring Business Cultivator alongside me, and I'm just so excited to be able to share her with you guys as well. So thank you.
Oh my goodness, thank you. It's been incredible. I mean, what an amazing location, amazing group of women, and I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
So,
yes.
yeah.
So one of the things that I love about Laura is just her energy, and just when you look at her, there's just something that you're like, what does she know that I don't know? And how can I get some of that? So I'd love for you to talk about kind of this new reality that I feel like we're really stepping into as women, as entrepreneurs, and just kind of like changing the paradigm a little bit.
Yeah, totally. And, you know, because now is the time. We've seen this rise of women creating businesses and, you know, pushing the boundaries on what's possible, and this world of being online. And, you know, it's interesting, you're like, you know, you can kind of see there's something that is unseen. It's like the world of the internet. You log in through your computer and you can see the whole world. And so I guess the thing which I do and you can see and, you know, been experiencing is this ability to actually do the same thing in our inner world. So there's this whole kind of metropolis of information inside of us. And so what I do is really connect that inner world to the outer world. So, you know, people are spending so much time like trying to, you know, create this life, create this business, create the relationship, find happiness in their outer world, and they're going to all these seminars and they're doing all these wonderful things, and yet it can still feel like there's something missing. Mm-hmm. And for me, you know, what I see is this craving in particularly women. I feel like they're just more kind of ready and willing to go to something that is inexplainable logically, to actually discover another place where this wisdom can actually direct the outer world. So, you know, tying that all back around, that's kind of like the internet. You know, we can't explain it, we can't see it, and yet we are working with it. You know, we're creating whole businesses based upon it.
Right.
And so I think, you know, what I'm here to do is to help people to more seamlessly tap into that, to be able to access their own inner net, where all of the wisdom exists, where the exact, you know, strategy, let's say, to how do I get from A to B, when there's so many moving pieces and everything's constantly changing, like how do I possibly create that reality when I'm in this reality? And you know, what we can do, and we can tap into that inner brilliance, and it's very brilliant. It's keeping us alive and doing billions of processes every second. That brilliance can navigate us very quickly, almost like as you know, in a blink of an eye, so that we're suddenly in that new paradigm, that new world, that reality that we're trying to create can suddenly just exist.
I love that. Yeah, so, and I also love when you talk about the body, because you're just a wealth of information when it comes to how the body works and all the things it does for us. So I'd love to talk about a little bit more about the kind of left brain, right brain, because I feel like that's something that a lot of us can get stuck into. We're like, oh man, like I have to be like really strategic, and you know, I have to really like think through and be logical about things. But what you mentioned is like the intuition, kind of that other side of things, and how can people kind of use both of their sides, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And that really is the key. You know, it's not about one or the other, it's about the melding of the two.
Right.
And, you know, we're currently existing in kind of more of a logical world. You know, if things can't be explained, then it's like, well, it can't be real. And yet at the same time, you know, where everyone is actually making decisions and taking action, really not from logic, but far more from like an intuitive place. But, you know, the challenge being the intuitive world has often lacked a grounding and lacked the science and lacked the explanation. And so you know, it's almost like people are like, well, are you in this camp or in that camp? So rather than, you know, trying to work out like which you are, what we can do is literally kind of bring this right brain, left brain into more harmony. And this is a physical thing. So within your brain, you have a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere. And it's not that there's only right brain activity in the right brain and only left brain in the left. But there is predominantly more kind of right brain, which is the intuitive, the feeling, the sensing. It's that ability to see the big picture. And I mean, you know, what an illustration we have now with this beautiful, you know, setting of New York. New York isn't like just one of those windows, it's the everything all together. So it's the ability to really see that whole picture, the whole panorama. And then the left brain is the more logical, linear reasoning, like that is the, like, here's a building, here's a window. And what happens in most people is that these two parts of the brain are literally at war with each other. It's like, I feel this thing, but then my logic says this. And then we end up being tripped up. And, you know, and it can feel like they never agree. It's like, well, how is it possible that those two things can live in harmony? So when we look in the brain, you know, there is actually a joining factor, and that joining factor is the part called the Corpus Callosum. And actually, very interestingly enough, Einstein, when they dissected his brain, they found that he had a very developed corpus callosum, which meant that he was very good at being in both sides at the same time. So very, very artistic and yet very brilliant. And so we can actually improve the health of our brain. And actually, there's a technique that I share. I have a video on it if you go to my website, that you can actually balance your brain and improve the physiological connection of the right and left hemispheres, that then gives you automatically the ability to, in every moment, be connected, see the big picture, be in that sense of intuition, and know the details, be able to communicate, and, you know, take logical action.
I love that. So yeah, I mean, share with us how people can find out more about you, because I want to share you with everyone. So what's your website?
So my website is laurahamesfranklin.com, laurahamesfranklin.com. I'm sure there will be a link.
We'll have a link for sure
to this. And take the Laugh 5-Day Challenge. And actually, this is the technique I was just talking about is in that challenge. So you will relax your shoulders and feel more beautiful, feel more balanced, get more done, and really start to discover that place of being in both worlds and being able to get things done, but feeling the joy of the wholeness at the same time.
That's great.
And it can be actually so simple and easy.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Laura. I am so excited to be able to share you with everyone, and we'll definitely have all the resources linked below. I actually can't wait to take the 5-day challenge. I'm like, ready for more. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, and thank you for being here and bringing this all together. It's been just magical. A magical group of women in Natalie's group. So if you get the chance, I highly recommend.
Great. So if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And also, if you're not subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, get on that. Just click the subscribe button somewhere over here. And you'll also want to head over to getawebsitecheckup.com to get your free training all about getting your website more traffic, subscribers, and sales.